Welcome to Monday with Tsene with Pretoria Psychologists. We are glad that you are joining us this January. Actually, let me say Happy New Year, although yes, we are already into the third week of January, but because I've not seen you since the year has started. And obviously, again, being 2021, we have in 2020 discussed a lot about COVID-19 and the impact on it. And it looks like COVID is still with us in this 2021. I mean, I have been impacted in many ways, and even our videographer and our editor has been impacted in many ways with negative consequences of the COVID-19 and what it is still, not even just lingering, but coming in waves. And I think, as you know by now, South Africa is also at the heart of the second wave, and also the new COVID-19, I think it's called 501 V2, so the version 2 of the COVID-19 virus. With that, it has been at the heart and lips of many to start their own businesses because, as we know from last year, there has been a lot of retrenchments, a lot of people lost their jobs, and also, because of just being demotivated because COVID-19 is really going on and on and on and on. I think people are thinking differently about their workspaces, being able to have the opportunity to work from home. It has been shown actually in many studies around the workplace that 83% of the workforce is disengaged. So they are not active in their workplaces, they are very much passive. And I think at the heart of the topic that I'm bringing you today of mental health and entrepreneurship, it's around maybe finding a new purpose, but also as an instrumental thing to say, how can I still maybe create work for myself, create some livelihood for myself. I was with a client sometime a week ago. He was saying, I can't wait to start my own business. I'm waiting to phase off in work, save up some money for capital, and I can't wait to have my own business so that I can have more time in my hands. And I actually gave quite a sarcastic laugh, and the reason being because as a background, and this topic has been on my mind for a couple of months now, because myself, although I've not called myself an entrepreneurship, but I have jumped into the ship of entrepreneurship since the 30th of November 2020, and here I am. I can even call myself a bona fide entrepreneur. And I remember I was invited to a WED event, which is Women Entrepreneurs Day, and it's an international event around women entrepreneurs, and I was talking about the mental health of women entrepreneurs. And obviously today I'm going to be talking to the general population and not just women in terms of entrepreneurship. So why we need to look at the mental health of entrepreneurs. It has been shown in an article published by Forbes that 72% of entrepreneurs suffer mental health issues versus the 48% of people who are non-entrepreneurs. So which means then it's a very important topic for us to look at in, zoning into the mental health of entrepreneurs. Why are entrepreneurs suffering more mental health issues than non-entrepreneurs? The first one, it's a sense of the leadership that they have to be offering to the people that they are leading. And when you are a leader, there is an impression management that you have got to have everything together. You've got to have your ducks in the row. You've got to be the one with the answers. You cannot be seen faltering. You cannot be seen weak. You cannot be seen not having answers. And actually, that is one of the key elements of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is there because they're solving problems. And when they find themselves faced with anxiety that is not going away, depression, it looks like it's a problem that they cannot be able to lead in it, that they cannot be able to solve in it. And in creating this impression that everything is okay, we are marching on, I am the captain of the ship, and yet you are thinking, the ship might be going down because I myself as an entrepreneur, I'm not well. And usually then it leads entrepreneurs not seeking help because they have to now somehow manage this impression that is around them. The second one is isolation. Most entrepreneurs are loners, even though they might be surrounded with people, depending on the size of the company. It could be a big company, it could be a small corporation, or it could be a small business. But most of the time you find that entrepreneurs are walking a very lonely journey because they feel often misunderstood by other people in terms of what they're going through, the challenges that they are facing, working late nights or having to put early mornings. So normalizing behaviors such as withdrawing because you've got to work, you are leaving a family social gathering, or you are excusing yourself from a family social gathering in terms of building this enterprise or building this empire as an entrepreneur. And then the other one, obviously, it's stress, anxiety, that is obviously around worrying about making salaries, making the overheads and all the demands that are there on you, because they are solely facing you. They are not facing any other person. It's unlike when you are in another person's company, where you can rely on the fact that they will take care of things. You are the one who need to be taking care of things yourself. And then the last one that I will want to mention is depression. As a result of the isolation, as a result of I've got to always appear like I've got it all together, as a result of I'm highly anxious but I cannot share with anyone that I cannot make the salaries this month, or I cannot pay for the utility bills, or I cannot be able to pay for that important subscription, and that then leads to being depressed. And we know from many videos that we have done the symptoms of depression, which is withdrawing, lacking motivation, not finding pleasure in pleasurable activities, hypersomnia, sleeping, not being able to sleep, or sleeping more, or eating less, and the concentration and the forgetfulness on all so there's the cognitive, the emotional, and also the physical effect of the depression. So with this Monday Tsene with Pretoria Psychologists, I am going to end it here, hoping that you can join me next time in the next episode, next week Monday, where I will be talking about what are the steps entrepreneurs can take to buffer against the challenges of mental health issues, as well as the coping strategies to be able to strengthen, and so that we can build resilience in us entrepreneurs to be able to march forward and build stronger businesses. Because as much as it has been a buzzword, entrepreneurship, or starting your own business, or startups and so on, it is very much needed, because I think small businesses and entrepreneurs are a driver of the economy that is already suffering. So with that, do join me next week Monday. This is to be continued. Thank you and have a good day.